I'm 21M, senior in college, introverted as heck, and I mostly keep to myself. Never been the party guy. I'm the type of roommate who labels my food, puts headphones on during Zoom calls, and actually reads dorm policy before moving in. My roommate? We'll call her R, 20F. Transfer student. At first, things were fine. We weren't best friends or anything, but we coexisted. She was kind of loud, left her stuff everywhere, and always had friends over, but I didn't make a fuss. I figured it'd balance out eventually. Spoiler, it didn't. It started with little things. She'd borrow my snacks without asking. Once I caught her using my towel. But whatever. I'm not petty. I let it go. And she started getting weird about the room, like trying to dictate when I could have the lights on, or saying I was too quiet, and it was unnerving. I thought maybe she had anxiety or something. Again, I just tried to stay in my lane. Then it escalated. One weekend, I had plans to visit my folks. Night before I left, I'm sitting at my desk with headphones on. I take them off to grab water, and I hear something. R and her two friends, one of whom I barely even knew, were sitting on her bed, whispering and laughing. I don't remember their exact words at first, but then I hear this. We should just frame him. Say he's been creeping. We can totally say he watches us or touches our stuff. The other girl laughs and goes, and then I can get his room after he's kicked out. R responds, yeah, he's so quiet, they'll believe it. He doesn't even talk to anyone. I froze. Let me be clear. I had never done anything inappropriate. I barely interacted with them. I wasn't even home most weekends. But the way they were talking, they weren't joking. They were plotting. Calm, calculated like they'd done this before or at least thought it through. I didn't say a word. Just slowly grabbed my phone, opened the voice recorder, and hit record. I left it running for the rest of the night. Next day, I left as planned, but I didn't go to my parents. I stayed with a friend off campus. Meanwhile, I ordered a couple of mini security cameras, legal in our state since I was recording in my own private space. One facing the door, one angled toward the shared area, not her bed or anything private. And when I came back, I set them up quietly. Nobody noticed. Within a week, I had hours of footage, audio of them talking about getting me kicked out, laughing about how believable it would be because I was creepy and quiet. At one point, one of the girls even joked, "We'll cry if we need to." They always believe us. That was it. I took it all to the housing office, campus security, and Title IX. At first, they were skeptical, until I played the audio. Watching their faces shift was wild. The investigator went pale. They asked me to leave the room and waited 30 minutes before calling me back in to ask if I had more. I gave them a full flash drive. Less than 48 hours later, R and both of her friends were pulled from class and placed on emergency suspension pending a hearing. The day of the disciplinary hearing, I was nervous. These things can go sideways fast. But the moment they played the audio in front of the board, it was over. I looked like she saw a ghost. One of her friends started crying. The third tried to claim it was a joke, but no one was buying it. They were all found in violation of student conduct for harassment, malicious intent, and attempting to manipulate the student reporting system. R was removed from housing immediately. One of her friends got a one-semester suspension. The other, who had a previous violation, was expelled. You'd think that'd be the end, right? Nah. R filed an appeal. Claimed I had violated her privacy by recording. Said she was traumatized by the surveillance and that I had targeted her. The school reviewed it and denied it in less than a week. State law was clear. I had a right to record in my own shared space, especially when it was used to prove misconduct and protect myself. She still didn't back off. She and her little group started a whisper campaign. Anonymous posts on the school confession page. Beware of creepy roommates who secretly record women. Some people need to be reported even if admin won't do it. No names, but it was clearly about me. People started acting weird around me. I got glared at in the dining hall. One of my classes even pulled me aside about a concern, even though I literally didn't speak during discussions. That's when I hit my limit. I posted on the same confession page. Didn't name her. Didn't rant. Just laid it out. Someone tried to get me kicked out by fabricating a harassment claim. I had recordings of them planning it. Admin reviewed it, and they were expelled/suspended. If you're hearing rumors, here's the truth. Ask anyone who was in the conduct hearing. I have receipts. I attached the redacted decision letter from a school, with dates blurred but clear enough to be real. That post blew up. Over 1,000 likes in a few hours. Comments flooding in. Turns out, I wasn't the only one I had messed with. One girl said I used to steal from her and blame it on cleaning staff. A guy from another dorm said I had lied about him hitting on her just to get him moved. People flipped on her fast. She tried making a TikTok crying about being violated, but someone in the comments linked the post and asked, "Was this you?" She deleted it. Deleted her whole account. Actually, a couple days later, I found out she tried to negotiate a medical withdrawal to avoid having the expulsion on her record. The school said no. That alone felt like justice. But I wasn't done. I got a lawyer. Filed a civil suit for defamation and emotional distress. I wasn't looking to get rich. Just enough to make it sting. She settled out of court. Her parents paid. Can't say how much, NDA and all that. But let's just say my student debt isn't a problem anymore. After that, things finally calmed down. People forgot. I stayed quiet. Focused on school. Graduated. But it changed me. I don't take anything at face value anymore. I document everything. I've helped a couple other students avoid similar situations, quietly, behind the scenes. One guy came to me when a girl threatened to accuse him of stealing unless he let her copy his homework. I helped him collect proof, walk through the system. She got sanctioned too. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. But I am aware now. People like her exist. Entitled, manipulative people who see rules as tools to bend, break, or weaponize. And if you're not paying attention, they'll ruin your life with a smile. So yeah, I got justice. And I sleep fine now. If you read all that, thanks. If you ever find yourself in a situation like mine, stay calm, stay smart, and keep your receipts. And hey, if you like this story, follow me. Because trust me, people like they're everywhere. And I've got plenty more stories where this came from.